We have a saying around here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no brains, no headache.
Well, hello, boys.
What's up? What's up?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Episode 156, No Brains, No Headache podcast coming at you. I'm looking at the rundown here with my co-host, Matt. Hey, Matt, by the way, welcome to the show. How are you? How have you been? How are you doing?
Good. Played some golf today. Pretty shitty golf, but, you know, I'm out there.
You're shooting the old golf clubs, as they say.
Threw an 80 out there, had a lot of double bogeys, but, you know, life goes on.
How are you feeling coming off 7 beers in 50 minutes? Pretty impressive stuff.
I'll be honest with you, I felt so goddamn terrible the next morning.
Yeah.
Also, that night, I didn't feel that great.
Yeah, we really tied one on to celebrate the 3 years, and all of a sudden it's a new week, new episode coming at you right now.
On Friday, there was a large box that showed up on my front step.
Okay.
And it was to the podcast, but I feel like it's directly towards you.
I didn't order anything.
After I opened it.
I didn't order anything. Or wait, depending on what it is, we will see what it is.
Someone got us an X-ray chart reader.
Oh my God. You're kidding. You have it plugged in?
No, but I can.
We just got to show the people, in case they're watching on YouTube, you know, what this thing looks like. That looks heavy.
It is. It's rather heavy.
Why don't you take a minute and just plug it in here? I'll hold it up so it doesn't go flying. I see you got an on-off button here. It looks like there's some sort of ventilation system. Must get pretty hot, I'm assuming. Let's see if this thing works. Oh, Jesus!
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Sue's got some sort of pelvic region.
It would be funny if they sent us an X-ray with like somebody clearly with something jammed up their ass, but this just looks like this person has a mild case of scoliosis. The spine does not look very straight.
Yeah, I'm not an X-ray tech, but yeah, I don't think the spine's supposed to do that.
Yeah, I wonder where they got this X-ray from.
Yeah,
Who sent us this?
I have fucking no idea.
I thought you meant we ordered something off of Amazon and it was directly towards me, and I was like, that's why I said depending on what it is, because a lot of times I tell you, hey, order this off Amazon, and then you do, and I thought we just got hammered drunk on Friday, and I forgot I told you to order something. I didn't order this. Let's just be clear.
It was an unmarked package that just said NBNH on it, so...
Okay. Well, whoever it was, we appreciate it. That's awesome. Down!
We'll have to remember that. Don't plug it in when you have headphones. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it looks really heavy. All right, so now we have an X-ray chart reader, which is really nice. So send us your X-rays.
Yeah.
Preferably with something up your ass. I think that would be a lot more entertaining. Of like, let's play the game, send us your X-ray, and we'll guess what's up your ass.
It's like, at what point is it impressive of what they get up there?
I think that would be the ultimate loyalty from a fan base, where these people are purposely shoving things up their old prison wallet, then going to get an X-ray and asking for a copy of the X-ray. It's like in Jackass, before they made the movies, you know, they just had the TV show, a lot of different skits. If you remember, they came up with an idea of somebody puts something up their ass and then goes to the doctor and acts like stupid, like they just say they drank a lot or something. Ryan Dunn, R.I.P. in peace, he gets called to do it, and he had to put a toy car up his ass, which he put in a condom with lube.
Yeah, I don't know how you draw that short straw, but...
I don't know. There's a lot of skits in Jackass that I wouldn't want.
Flying a kite using anal beads.
Oh, God. Yeah, anything involving the keister or the prison wallet, I'm out on, except for people's X-rays. So if you need the address, get a hold of us. We'll send you the address to the podcast so you can send us your X-rays. Thank you to whoever got us the X-ray chart reader. We are now the proud new owners of an X-ray chart reader and
they probably bought
collectible
the one
spoon wooden display case that I got way too carried away on Facebook Marketplace. And I know that's coming up soon. In No Brains, No Headache, we're in Cleary's Comments right now, the segment where we banter and rant about random things. So I know Facebook Marketplace is coming up. We got a lot of good ones in here. Anything else before we get in there? We went through the mail.
Yep. So drugs in schools.
Okay.
I put this in there also because drugs are always in schools. But do you remember having like a cop come in and like he would pass around like meth?
Yeah, the binder full of drugs.
Yeah.
I was just talking about that with somebody. Was that you?
I don't know, but this might just be me. But when that day came up, did it just make you want to do drugs?
Most definitely.
If anything, it persuaded me to do drugs.
You know, curiosity killed the cat, and boy, was the curiosity off the charts that day.
I don't know what it is. And then they would pass around like the weed and stuff, and they'd be like, I never got the weed back. Who has it?
Damn it.
Everyone just looks at the one person that they know has the weed on them.
Would that be me?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, essentially that has to get a lot of people into drugs because I didn't know about a lot of these drugs coming into freshman year in high school. And then I was educated. It's like, okay, this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to feel euphoric, see things. Everything is going to be a lot brighter, and you'll be a lot happier. That's what happens.
Next day, sad.
Yeah. It's like, that's mushrooms. And it's like, okay, where's the bad part about that?
But now, like, not, locally where we're located, but there's other states and areas that are legalizing mushrooms as a medical treatment.
I feel like...
I mean, there's so many more examples, but that's one of them.
I think, like, I almost said heroin's legal in
I don't know
Colorado. But yeah, it's like decriminalized. It's like, yeah, just do whatever drugs. If you accidentally OD, then oops.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they definitely brought in a ton of drugs at once. I think a maybe more practical way to scare kids out of doing it, because I think that was their intent, and little did they know, like 4 kids went and contacted a drug dealer shortly after getting out of school that day. I think they need to watch like a show like 60 Days In or some sort of prison show, and then they'll see what the prison wallet is, of course. But I think that would be more scary.
Or listening to a guy talk who's withdrawing from things, and he's basically
I just think that's a little dangerous bringing into schools.
They have like one of those like alligator leashes on them. They're just like, get in here, Gary.
You just happen to be the kid walking down the hallway to the bathroom and
in a cage. This is what's going to happen to you. Like, maybe that would get me off my rocker about drugs. But passing them out and telling me the side effects of them, when I'm not seeing a downside to some of these drugs.
Maybe another way to do it is just like they come in that day, you lock the door, and then all the drugs need to be gone.
It's my idea with sports. Like, I feel like
every drug taken.
Yeah. You give one guy, like playing basketball, a starting 5. One guy gets weed. One guy gets Adderall. One guy gets cocaine.
I think it should be, serve one, serve all type thing. If you want to dabble in a few different things, because that is Drug Education Day. You are trying to get a feel for what these drugs will do to you. I think you got to do a couple of them.
It's like,
that's usually how it goes.
Who's not scared of needles? And he's just flicking heroin up. All right, get up here, Timmy.
Maybe put it into pill form, make it smack, and just up the old breathers.
All right, so we have some cocaine here. Here's how we turn it into crack.
I don't know, the Drug Education Day in school, flawed, very flawed. Like I said, several kids afterwards were very curious.
Oh yeah,
especially now they could just. You just call up, you Google drug dealer, and I'm sure you'll get a number for your area.
At one point, there was like that seedy back like website. There was a Netflix documentary. It was called like the Silk Road or something, where you could literally just go online and like order whatever drugs you wanted to your house.
You had to pay in Bitcoin.
Yeah,
we couldn't
before Bitcoin was a thing, and then turns out like 5 years later, you paid $1,200.
Dude, I know people who bought Bitcoin to buy drugs off Silk Road and then had some left over, and then like years later they found it and made tens of thousands of dollars.
So how'd you make your money? Okay.
Well, years ago I put in I wanted my balance to be around $100 in Bitcoin so I could buy drugs off of Silk Road. After, my purchase, I still had $3 left, and 10 years later I checked, it was worth $14 million.
And I just bought more drugs with it.
Well, I don't think that person stops doing the drugs in the time.
If anything, if you get more money and you're already doing drugs, you only just do more drugs or better drugs.
Yes. Reason number one, I don't want to win the lottery. I also don't play. So
yeah. How you feeling today? I'm pretty shitty I didn't win the lottery. How much did you spend on it? None.
They don't just give you not every human is just entered into this lottery.
I just think of Creed Bratton saying, I did win the lottery. I was born in the US of A.
Okay. I know it's Memorial Day right now, but you need to calm down. ChatGPT is something that has come up in my timeline, in my life, conversation. It's one of those things that you hear once, and I've heard of it before, obviously, but I feel like in the last week or two, I have heard about ChatGPT more than anything lately. A gentleman who makes websites and helps businesses with web design and what have you. I think he quit working and he's just ChatGPT is doing it all for him.
Oh, that's what students are doing now. They are trying right now to come up with a software to catch students that are using ChatGPT to write papers.
What is this ChatGPT all about?
It's literally like you could say, type in and go, hey, write me a paper on applied dynamics or something. That sounds smart, but I don't think it's an actual thing. And then it would literally write you, if you say like a 500-word essay, it would write you a 500-word essay on that in like less than a minute.
So this is artificial intelligence. Obviously knew that. A chat bot. The company is OpenAI. This thing was only released in November of 2022. Very young in its time here. I heard something that like after a while, ChatGPT is just gonna have everything.
Oh, people have been using it like Crowboy when he came on. He's like, oh yeah, I use ChatGPT to reach out to potential sponsors. It's like, write me a email about this beer bong company. I want to solicit their business. And then it would just do it, and he would like change a couple words and send it on. Genius.
So it's just doing everything for you.
Yeah.
How does artificial intelligence work?
I have not a single clue.
I don't really. I'm just so confused that it just keeps building up. Like that's the idea: is the more questions people ask, and the more topics and complex things that people are asking about or typing about.
It learns too.
All right, I need to look up how does artificial intelligence. How does this work?
It's essentially artificial intelligence. It knows everything.
Like, how does it start?
I feel like we're dangerously close to like the plot of the movie I, Robot with Will Smith.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much been playing in my mind this whole time.
I did not murder him.
But it doesn't even make sense. Artificial intelligence is so complex it doesn't even.
Well, there's another one too that you type in a sentence and it paints a picture for you. Like there was one where it's like, Michelangelo, the Ninja Turtle, retired at a coffee shop, and it just shows an old turtle drinking coffee. So I downloaded the app.
Okay.
And I did. My first one was Tom Brady finding out he has diabetes.
Okay.
And it did not come back like I wanted it to. It was literally Tom Brady just sitting at a table. Maybe he just took it really well.
Maybe diabetes was a new term to this artificial intelligence.
And then another one I did was like Mario on cocaine driving a car, and that one was, I think,
also shitty.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I think it was like just, I think they did Mario, the one guy from Saved by the Bell, and it was like him just like sitting in a car, not Screech.
Wait, who?
The guy from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, yeah.
You're saying yeah, but I don't think you know.
Sorry, I got a little hee-hawed and do-si-do before we started recording here. ChatGPT.
Mario Lopez.
Ah, wrong Mario.
Yeah. It just defaulted to Mario Lopez when I wanted the fat plumber with a mustache.
So with this Chat GPT, though, you can go in and it does stuff for free, but then if you want more, you get like a free trial, but then you have to pay for it.
There's free ones all over the place. Like if you just go on the internet, you
like
can do
free Chat GPTs, or how does this work?
There's like a bunch of different companies that do it now.
Because you sent something to me.
Yeah.
About a Chat GPT here.
I typed in
what kind of physical repercussions could there be if someone would eat 90 packs of fruit snacks in 1 hour? Who would that be? It's still on the table, people. And for context, if anybody's lost out there, Matt is willing to erase most of, if not all of my debt that I owe him if I safely consume 90 packs of fruit snacks in 1 hour. Answer: eating 90 packs of fruit snacks in 1 hour would likely have some severe physical repercussions. Here are some possible consequences. Digestive issues. I'll have bloating, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. Dehydration. They're high in sugar. Can cause dehydration. This is because sugar draws water out of the body's cells and into the bloodstream. High blood sugar. This would result in a massive intake of sugar, which would spike your blood sugar levels. No shit. Symptoms are fatigue, thirst, and frequent urination. So I have to pee and have diarrhea, and I'm be thirsty, but also
You're
bloating.
saying a lot of these things, but a lot of them are just like my daily life. Like I'm thirsty.
Tooth decay.
I also have that.
Fruit snacks are high in sugar, which can contribute to tooth decay. So that was our podcast. Now Chat GPT knows that we have a potential fruit snack eating challenge coming up.
I was gonna.
Do you think that's gonna bite us in the long run?
No, I don't think it will. I think other people might get on the wagon, and fruit snack challenges are gonna be a thing of the future.
We should definitely start a trend.
I was going to do the next one because I did the bad things about consuming 90 fruit snacks in 1 hour. I was going to go the other way and say, what is something good that could come out of consuming 90 fruit snacks in 1 hour?
First of all, they're delicious.
Yeah, the taste is going to be euphoric.
It's just like everybody loves chicken wings. We love chicken wings. Who doesn't? They're a bit bigger in mass, so you're usually like, I don't know, willing to eat like anywhere from like 10 to 20 chicken wings. Fruit snacks are obviously way smaller, and it's just like having a delicious food over and over. Just be like constantly eating chicken wings, satisfying. Instead, it's fruit snacks, or like endless shrimp, or all you can eat hot dogs.
I would know I'm living in the Matrix if I typed that into Chat GPT and it was like, Jordan Weichel could win $328 off of Matt Cleary. I'd be like, oh my God, I need to fake my own death.
I just, if you're going to have friends, you should just borrow money from them every once in a while. That's what they're there for.
How do you have friends? How are we friends?
Honestly, I don't know. I think people like to see me in short doses, so I kind of make my rounds. Like in one given month, it's 4 weekends. Like throughout the 4 weekends, I'll like see like a different group of friends, and then it kind of is a vicious cycle. So I don't wear myself out with them so much. This is what I was trying to say last week. 3 years of podcasting. How are both of us still alive due to result of one murdering the other?
I think it's because we'll be like, all right, this podcast is up. See you in 3 days.
I don't know. Yeah, that's true. We do have to take it's like a Monday or Tuesday for NFL players.
Yeah.
You need your off day.
Need some off days. I mean, the next couple of weeks are going to be a lot of on days because we have that comedy show coming up June 8th at Dakota Stage.
Yes. Good theater. A lot of theater jokes. A lot of potential for theater jokes.
Oh, yeah. I did write a couple theater jokes, and then I was like, this is the fucking worst thing I've ever written.
Somebody told me over the weekend that I shouldn't do 9/11 jokes, and I was like, well, first of all, I don't, but second of all, I think they're fair game. And they said, too soon. And it's like, okay, it has been 22 years.
Okay, verbal TikTok again that I saw.
Okay.
It was similar to that one where he's like, I got your nose, and it's like 2001 called, they hit the second tower. This one was like me borrowing a phone charger in 2001, and it's this guy walking into a room, and he's like, hey, my BlackBerry died, can I borrow a... And then it shows a guy standing in front of the TV, and just the tower's burning, and he's like, oh my God! I'm going right to hell.
Straight there.
Yeah, the T's and P's, obviously.
Yeah, obviously T's and P's, but if we're not going to allow 9/11 jokes, I don't even want to do comedy.
I said this before, too soon jokes are the best jokes.
Yeah, that's what's funny about it.
Because you don't think anyone's going to say it, and you're like, I'm glad this kid's dead. And you're like, oh my God.
It's like, it's been over 2 decades.
The thing I was talking about was like 8 days.
My bad. Let's move on. Chat GPT, watch out for it. Send us your Chat GPTs.
This is quite possibly the greatest graphic I've ever seen in my entire life. It is a graphic of non-NCAA national championships. So your kind of sports or hobbies, if you will, that college universities won national titles in.
Honestly, I was looking at this and I didn't even read the top, but I kept looking around. I was like, okay, where's like football and basketball? I am an idiot.
Well, some of these, it's like indoor tennis. I'm like, isn't that like a sanctioned sport?
So these things aren't part of the NCAA?
No, they're not. They're club sports.
Oh, okay. Are any of these sports part of an NCAA and these are just the club ones? I feel like boxing, no?
The NCAA doesn't sanction boxing.
I'll show you a sanction. All right, let's go through it.
So Belmont won a cappella. Ohio State.
Congratulations. By the way.
Ohio State won Bollywood fusion dance.
What the hell is that?
I don't know, but a lot of these, I'm like, they were definitely the only school that had this.
What is that's Chat GPT?
Boxing, chess, climbing, cricket, croquet, curling. Virginia Tech, a real powerhouse of dairy cattle judging.
Oh, it's like Slumdog Millionaire dancing.
Oh, okay.
They look to be of Indian descent from India, and they do like a dance, fusion dancing. You want me to play a video?
No.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand the graphic here. Where are we at? Forensics?
Clemson won dairy tasting, which I assume is just a bunch of people drinking milk.
They need like a Napoleon Dynamite. Tastes like this cow got into an onion patch. Just wowing the judges.
Disc golf's kind of cool. Dodgeball, that would be one I would love to see. Like from the movie Dodgeball, like that setup, like a smaller arena. Judges.
I feel like I'd probably be disappointed just because the movie Dodgeball is awesome and it's like, it's Hollywood, not Bollywood, and they make things a lot better than they actually are. Dodgeball probably in some sort of dingy gym. There's like 6 people in the stands.
I have to know how Nebraska won the national title in forensics. Did they just go up to Omaha and go to a crime scene? And
do they, because Nebraska, they have a dental school, right?
I think so.
Or like some sort of medical school?
Yeah, I think they have.
Do they have any sort of criminal investigation law?
I'm assuming so. The school's fucking huge.
Okay, that's fair. It's like the only school in the state.
Notre Dame winning Gaelic football by default because they're the only team in the country.
I thought that said Golick, like Mike Golick.
Handball's coming up. Indoor tennis, I feel like, is.
How is this not an NCAA sport? How is indoor tennis?
Yeah, I don't get that one. Irish dance, I don't know what school that is. South Houston, Sam Houston University.
No, it's Sam Houston State.
Oh,
what
Southern.
Is it? 2022 Irish Dance National Champions.
Yeah, SHU.
I don't know. Keep talking.
Looks like San Jose State won judo. Some college that I don't know took the cake on landscaping. How do you judge that? They just landscaped the president of the college's yard, and they're like, that looks pretty good. Your national
what's
champs.
the school? Sacred Heart University, SHU. To double check. Landscaping. Where are we at? Tri-C?
Tri-Cities?
Or THI?
TRI.
Dude, do I have bad vision?
I think so.
Their zoom in, Matt. Their mascot is a fucking dinosaur. What kind of dinosaur is that?
Maybe it's Triceratops University, because that's a Triceratops.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What the hell kind of colleges are these?
What kind of hotel is this? Texas A&M's a real dynasty when it comes to meat judging. I feel like that's just a bunch of fat guys with high cholesterol just hammering down some red meat. Paintball's in there.
Triceratops in Cleveland, Ohio.
Well,
is this real?
They're very good at landscaping, apparently.
Dude, Ohio is full of fake schools. This is not a real one.
And by the world's largest shock in the country, Air Force won skydiving. What if Air Force loses skydiving?
Air Force losing skydiving is kind of like Duke losing the lacrosse championship today. You know, it's a powerhouse on and off the field.
I don't know how you do this, but soil judging, Maryland won that one.
What is sprint football?
I think it's 7-on-7.
Navy. Good for them. Surfing? Who is this Bobcat thingy?
It's got to be some Florida school. Or maybe
California, perhaps? Yeah. Well,
what if it was like an Iowa school that just dominates in surfing?
Oh my God. Was that thunder?
Yeah.
Any minute the power's going to go out.
And UCLA Taekwondo is...
I'm pretty impressed.
Yep. And then to go along with their meat judging national title, Texas A&M brought in wool judging.
Good judges down in Texas.
A lot of sheep fuckers.
Bama's on the board with men's water skiing. Louisiana Raging Cajun women's water skiing.
Fun fact, Brandon Zylstra, prior guest of the show's little brother, went to Florida Gulf Coast to be a water skier.
Yeah, those water skiers are crazy. What's quad ball?
I don't know. And the fact that there's a D1 and D2 quad ball makes me feel like it should be, we should know because it seems pretty big, but...
Sounds like something I did on Saturday night. It is, dude, it is a lightning storm out there.
Yeah, it is. It's getting pretty nasty out there.
Nasty, dude.
Nasty a Lucan?
No, I was just saying nasty. Against better judgment. Where are all the Canadian schools at? Why isn't there any Canadian colleges?
Canadian has to have some dumbass national championships.
What's your favorite sport or hobby or whatever here?
I think the funniest one is forensics because I have no idea what that would entail. But I think the coolest one, I would have to go with... I'm going to go dodgeball. I like dodgeball. I feel like that would be a cool one to have like NCAA, like a March Madness dodgeball tournament.
I would have to say, I don't know, some of these are basic. Like curling, no.
And of course, it's an Ivy League school that wins curling.
Wait a minute. I'm just noticing here. Navy won something. Air Force won something. Army won something.
Army won 2 things.
Where's the other Army? Oh, yeah. Boxing for women's and handball, which is really interesting.
Dude, you know, like an Army Ranger chick just beat the shit out of everyone in the boxing ring.
Yes. I love... Boxing's intense. Gotta have respect for it.
Amateur boxing is intense. The
guys
that have the guys that have too much like wherewithal, not that fun to watch. Like, amateur boxing, so fun to watch.
Is it in the movie Pearl Harbor where they just have boxing matches going on one of the jet carriers? Oh
yeah, the Army and like Navy, they do it all the time. I was down at...
That's what I'm talking about.
I was down in Arizona for the Fiesta Bowl in like 2011. I don't think they could do this now, but I walked by. They had this outdoor boxing ring, and it was 2 9-year-olds just beating the shit out of each other.
That's entertainment.
Yeah, it was wild.
I guess I would have to choose surfing. That's probably mine. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, surfing's pretty badass. I do not have the coordination to do it.
Gotta be in a nice area though. Nobody from Bismarck, North Dakota is going on a full ride surfing scholarship. I'll tell you that for free.
No chance.
And like surfers are just the classic cliche, like Spicoli. You know, they're just smoking weed. They don't care about anything but surfing. They got blonde hair. They're super tan. That's every college student's dream.
A lot of them named or something like Flip or Trip.
Yeah. Definitely something like that in the name department. But
my name's Sand.
The name's Gordon.
Didn't Ben Franklin have syphilis?
He did, but I don't. We're going to get dumped on, it sounds like, with this thunder. And, you know, the seasons are changing. Still technically in spring, but summer's officially here, at least for weather-wise. And lately it's been a really big struggle and a really big adjustment. Dressing according to the weather. Have you noticed this? You know, you're a young professional. You're not like me. I can just kind of wear whatever I want every day, which is really nice. I still like to look presentable, but it is nice in the professional world out there. How is it, you know, as the weather, the temp rises?
Depending on the day, sometimes I'm just like, fuck this, and I'll just wear whatever I want. But it does suck when you go into work and it's like a crisp 50 degrees.
Just a touch chilly.
And then you get out of work and it's 88 and you're just like, oh my God, I wore a sweater to work today.
Sorry, go ahead.
And also today, so I went golfing today and I hate getting sunburned. It sucks for me.
Yeah, you always wear long sleeves.
Yeah, I wore long sleeve and I was golfing with my friend Hef. Shout out roommate Hef. He is like, aren't you sweating? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm sweating, but it's worth not getting sunburn on my arms.
Matt, you could be sweating in a nice air-conditioned room. Lefty's not doing too bad. I can still see a little bit of resids.
I need to get that Botox. I heard it's really expensive, though.
Just use your health savings account.
I need to use that for the dentist because I feel like I got 3,000 cavities right now.
Whatever.
You know what? Don't take my advice.
You should. Maybe we'll put together a pool and it's Matt's left armpit, a.k.a. lefties.
I'll go
Botox treatment.
Dude, so this guy today, we're teeing off hole 1. He's ahead of us. Hits a nice shot right down the middle. And I'm like 15 feet away from him. And I'm like, nice shot. He just doesn't acknowledge me. And I'm like, I'll just go fuck myself. And then he turns around. I was like, damn it.
He didn't hear you until you said, I guess I'll just go fuck myself.
I was like, well, whatever.
But I'm saying it's getting to the time of the year where I am dressing according to the weather, but I don't work outside. Not really a lot. Sometimes I do. But I'm dressing for the weather, and really I should be dressing for a nifty draft from the air conditioner. Last time we did open mic night, I was freezing my nipples off.
That place there's like, it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a cold garage.
Yeah.
And it seems like wherever you sit, you're right under an air vent. It's like, how many goddamn air vents do you need in this place?
Well, it's a rookie mistake on my part for not, properly judging how I'm supposed to dress here.
You can always take layers off. You can't add layers you don't have.
See, and if you see me out with like a sweatshirt on and it's nice and shiny out, like that's because I'm wearing a winter jacket right now.
It is pretty cold in the studio right now.
The studio burrowed into the ground. I do like it nice and chilly, but too chilly. Like I said, I'm a rookie here. I'm just wearing like a shortened tee. I get to the studio, I have to put on vintage jacket.
Yeah,
stay warm.
I had to change my shirt after this because like I had sweat so much on it that it was essentially glued to my body.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Going to start a fund for Matt's left armpit Botox. Stay tuned on details from that.
We might have to sell the x-ray machine.
Just to afford dental and armpit insurance.
If they have armpit insurance, I need it. A landlord in Duluth, Minnesota, he set his apartment building on fire while playing the song "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel. I don't want to say there's such thing as a perfect crime, but this is probably close.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of other, classic songs. First one that came to mind is like Danger Zone, but it's like, oh, okay, that's getting close to 9/11 kind of. And I don't want to go down that road right now anymore.
Any more than we already have.
The perfect crime, I would say that's great.
I just love it, and the fact that it happened in Minnesota is just so classic.
Or getting busted with cocaine as "Lick It Up" by Kiss is playing.
And this whole apartment building, this guy's freaking insane. So someone called 911 that was in the burning building and said they saw the man wearing a helmet and smashing his own windows out. If I think that I need to get out of my window, I'm probably throwing a chair through it. I'm not taking the wherewithal to put a helmet on.
Yeah, what kind of helmet? Is this a bike helmet, a motorcycle helmet, football helmet that was just like on his shelf as like memorabilia?
I don't know, but the fact that he put on... Maybe he's one of those people that wears a helmet a lot. And that could be the case where it was just kind of like...
He's just a helmet wearer.
Yeah. You never know.
I mean, lately I have multiple personality disorder, so I have a few cowboy hats, and lately I've been wearing a casual cowboy hat around my place. It's just like I'm lounging out, I'm relaxing, I got the straw hat on, and it really puts you in a mood. I tell you what, it's like you wear a lot of different hats. It's like I have a hat collection.
Nothing gets me going like playing "We Didn't Start the Fire" and just setting things on fire and then putting a helmet on and smashing my head into a bunch of windows.
I think the helmet's where he went wrong, because you put that helmet on, your brain immediately is like, I'm going to do something dangerous.
And I don't know
or stupid.
I don't know what he did.
Well, it's time to put the helmet on. That'll justify me being a dumbass.
What if they're like, oh, he's wearing a helmet? You can go.
Yeah,
But the thing is, they didn't take him into custody until 2 days later, so maybe the helmet did get him off.
Yeah, that's true. If it bought him 2 days.
It's like you go and everyone's getting wand by like the metal detector. You're wearing a helmet. You're like, let this guy through.
Let him through.
He's got a helmet on.
We should test this theory.
It's like when you carry a ladder into any place, they'll just let you in.
Yep.
Because it acts like into a movie theater. You're just like, oh, coming through. You just carry a ladder in. They're like, let these guys in. He's got a reflective vest and a ladder.
It's like a debut night of an Avengers movie. Just, the lights out over here. What do you do with the ladder then? Because if you're buying a ladder, I'm assuming you're ditching the ladder. One would think it might just be cheaper to just buy a ticket.
Yeah, I mean, movies aren't that expensive. It's like $12.
Movies are expensive. When's the last time you went to a movie theater?
We went to Joker.
Oh, yeah.
It was, 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
We did go to Joker. I think I've been to one or two since then. 2019. That was 4 years ago.
Well, it's always like, I'm like, oh, I could go to this movie. And it's like, my sister's like, hey, you want to go to the Mario movie? And I was like, yeah, that sounds really fun to be in a movie theater full of 300 kids.
Mario Lopez is in a movie?
The other Mario.
Oh,
We're
okay.
having a dangerous Mario Lopez, Mario the Plumber debate here.
Didn't they already make one of those movies like back in the early 2000s, late 90s?
They made a live
terrible?
action one, and it got some horrible reviews.
Yeah, because it was bad.
Oh, yeah, it's a terrible movie.
The Rundown, episode 156, No Brains, No Headache podcast. Don't start your place on fire while playing We Didn't Start the Fire with the helmet on. Is that a safe way to wrap up that topic?
Maybe it's like one of those so niche of a crime that he actually didn't commit a crime, because there's nothing that says you can't put a helmet on and play Billy Joel and burn down your apartment building.
Kudos on the pronunciation. Should we get to the most juicy part of the podcast?
Yep.
Facebook Marketplace, it's become a weekly spot because it is so entertaining. I sent Matt not one, but two doozies last night, and he had the following responses. To the first one, he said, fuck, with the laughy emoji. Then the second one, he said, kill me. So I take it you have a few. You have one in the rundown here.
Yeah, I just have the one. Actually, no, I just have the one. This was one my brother sent me that was in his neighborhood in Omaha that some lady got mulch dropped off in her driveway. And I'm talking a lot of mulch, like 10 feet high, a dump truck full of mulch.
I was about to say a dump truck full usually makes a pretty big pile.
And she posted on, hey, someone dumped all this mulch in my driveway. I didn't order it. I can't get out of my garage.
Yeah, and she was gone while they dumped it there. So she has no clue, no Ring doorbell, nothing.
I would be so mad.
Yeah, well.
Because you don't know what mulch company did it. So you're just like, okay.
I mean, it's not ideal just because. Sorry, I got to plug in my computer here. I'm really unprepared. It's not ideal because, or it isn't that terrible because you don't have to pay for it.
I mean, you get free mulch, but there comes a point was, do I really need this mulch?
Here's what mulch is. It's just like chopped up wood, essentially.
Yeah. I was gonna say
you
really horse shit, that? But isn't that fertilizer?
It could be. It can be.
Freaking glue factory.
It's classic, no brains, no headache. I'm just plugging my computer in.
Just do whatever.
Middle of the show. It's probably what our listeners are doing right
Yeah, I just forgot my ginger ale out in the living room, so I was kind of.
Well, do you want to go get it?
Yeah, I'll go get it.
I just plugged my computer in. If anybody's actually still listening to this shit anymore, I'd be surprised.
Mr. Madison, what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Okay, a simple wrong would have done just fine, but...
Got the ginger ale for the ginge. Now we can focus. Mulch, not that terrible. It's just the funny fact of, like, I have no idea.
And if you don't have the means to move it, and by means I mean hopefully at the bare minimum a wheelbarrow, you are fucked.
But also, where do you put all this? It's a huge pile from a dump truck. Also, who is the window licker who just dropped this off at the wrong house?
Lady's not home, dump it in her driveway. Beep, beep. It reminds me of Benchwarmers when he's throwing newspapers and he throws it up onto the old lady's roof and he's like, oh, Clark, you want me to get a ladder and get that off? He's like, no, Mrs. Donnelly will get it. And he's like, yeah, I'll just tell 80-year-old Mrs. Donnelly that she can go up on her roof and get a paper. And he's like, okay, thanks. Just drives away.
I got one here. This is a cabin owners group for a specific lake. And all the post says is, Cabin 139, your patio roof flew off. We didn't check for the damage, just saw it when we were on our walk. Thank you for letting us know. Like, imagine just, I'm just going to check Facebook before bed tonight.
Yeah, how much would it suck finding out that way?
Like they hand out a sheet every year at this lake with every cabin's name and phone number on it.
Honestly, I might rather just find out on Facebook.
All I said was tough day for cabin 139.
Well, I can't remember last year. I think it was probably the same group that you texted me and someone's like, cabin 78, your roof is in the lake.
And it's just a picture of like the water and you can barely make out somebody's roof in the lake. Like, didn't grab it. Just thought I'd let you know that your roof's in the goddamn lake. Like, well, it's like,
oh, I mean, what do you do at that point? It's like, you showed me the video of the lady earlier that their pontoon cover flew off.
Yeah, the canopy just went flying.
You just hear the guy in the background go, nothing I can do about it now. It's like, no shit, but at least I got a video of it using a potato.
That was the worst. Like we've had some doozies in our day, but that was the worst quality video I've seen in 7 years.
It's like a 2-bit video, just a huge fucking camera.
I don't know. I guess you just get some nasty weather at the lake. What can you do about it? Nothing until after the fact. You can go drag your shit out of the middle of the lake because that's where it is now. I got another one here. Facebook Marketplace coming at you live. This was on an online garage sale. We were big fans of that. It's so entertaining. It's a picture of a North Face jacket captioned, "Bought, and then I gained some weight, so it no longer fits." I just want to comment, I am really sorry to hear about your weight struggles.
Also, will you take $25?
The jacket is pretty much brand new. Brand new is running over 120. I'm asking 50. Bought and then I gained some weight. What? Why do we need to know why you're selling this?
You don't? I just thought another thing about the lake. What if someone was out there like grabbing a bunch of ropes and going into their boat and be like, "Oh, you're taking the kids tubing? No, we're gonna go fetch our roof out of the lake."
Yeah, or you need to hire some sort of special ferry pontoon that has a crane on it and some sort of hydraulic winch so you can... I mean, when things are in the water, they're so weighed down that it's like
I don't know.
You end up busting your pontoon trying to get your roof out of the lake.
Yeah, we got a group of 6 boats trying to get this out, and all we did was break 3 of the boats.
It's like, yeah, when a vehicle's stuck and another vehicle's trying to pull it out, and then like their back end just gets ripped off. Or they get stuck. It's just like, oh boy.
So there was a bowling alley in Bismarck when I was a kid, and some guy came in with a chain and wrapped it around the ATM, drug it out to his car, and tried to drive away with the ATM.
Like while you were bowling there?
I wasn't there. I was there the day after, but the guy, he wrapped it around his bumper, and it just ripped his bumper off with his license plate on it.
Did he speed off?
Yeah.
And left his license. The perfect crime.
Yeah, he might be out of jail by now, but he probably did close to 10 years.
What kind of charges are you getting? Because technically you didn't steal the ATM, probably just a little breaking and entering, a little
some
vandalism.
Property damage and being retarded.
Okay. I got another one for you. That's a real doozy. Facebook Marketplace. Or sorry, just online garage sale. This person was selling the third row seat out of a 1996 Chevy Suburban.
I have so many questions. Like, first off, why do you only have the third row seat?
Honey, you know how you're looking for that third row seat for your 96 Chevy Suburban? I found one. This is specific to one vehicle that is 20 years old. It is 27 years old. 28, whatever. No cracks or tears, like new condition. Yeah, because you took it out of your car in 1996.
Probably like, we don't need a third
and then
fucking
sold the vehicle like 14 years ago, and then you're cleaning out for spring cleaning. You're like, oh shit, we got the third row seat. Let's put it up on Facebook for $175. OBO.
Which, because at this point, there's no one still has a 96 Suburban on the road. There's probably, I would guess, 20 in the entire state. Essentially, you're selling a shitty couch for $175.
I think we should go pick this thing up and then start recording the podcast on it. It's like replacing the futon, and it's just the third row seat out of a 1996 Chevy Suburban.
We're here on the 96 back seat. Welcome to the back seat.
Third row seat for the Suburban.
Which one of you had a Suburban? What?
What Suburban?
I used to have a Suburban growing up. Thing was balling.
But yeah, that's
got like 8 miles to the gallon though.
That's my Facebook Marketplace bit. Is also that's the show.
That's the show.
All right, what do you got for our listeners?
Make sure to follow us on social media at NBNH Podcast, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And guys, June 8th, the show is coming up. You can find the link for tickets in our bio on any social media platform. June 8th at Dakota Stage in Bismarck. Tickets are on sale there, or you can buy them at the door.
Got a couple comedians from Fargo joining us, so should be a pretty good time. Yeah, check us out on YouTube because you can watch and check out the show. And we'll see you for episode 157 out next Tuesday.
This is a freestyle off the top of the dome. Here we go. And I do it again, 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 again. I do it only once. Again, 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 again. I do it only once. I go down that river slow to the place I shoot like Carmelo. I'm living my life and we go hard, floating on the river in a party barge. And I see you on a sea dude. Your shirt was white and it was see-through. Please use your spray, no mosquitoes. Every time you found me, it's a free throw. Hey girl, why you calling me? I said, oh please don't bother me. I'm so sick of apologies. That's so damn appalling to me. But last night